Hello everybody, watch lovers, watch collectors, and everybody else who decided to join me today. I suspect there is a reason why you clicked on this video, because you wanted to learn something new here, how to pronounce this weird Russian word in here, or at least this weird abbreviation of the Russian word. And I will attempt to explain it to you right now. And that's how I came up with an idea of recording the watch and learn sessions. I heard many times many of you doing reviews of your Russian watches with this particular word on them and mispronouncing that word severely. Many of you were attempting to pronounce that as POLJOT. Some with French heritage would call it POLJOT, leaving out the letter T as silent. Some with Spanish heritage would pronounce that as POLJOT, and so on. And none of it, not a single one of you, were pronouncing that correctly the way it was meant to be pronounced by Russians. And today I will explain to you how it was meant to be pronounced, and I will also tell you what that word means. Okay, let's dive right into it. Those of you who were collecting these watches for a while, you know that there is also a Russian cousin of this watch that is meant to be distributed right on the Russian market, and that would be this watch on the left here, where the brand is spelled in Russian, while the one you have has this spelling of the word on the right here. And above there I show to you both of the spellings, one in Russian and one in English. You will also notice that there is those two dots over here above this character. Sometimes they do not exist here on your dial, and I will tell you why that is as well in this session. But before we do that, I will show to you a couple of things by placing the two of those words right next to each other, and show to you the culprit that I think is creating that confusion, and that culprit is shown in red there. On top you can see the word written in Russian, and Russian people pronounce that POLET, not POLJOT, POLET. And that red character in Russian language is pronounced yo. Whoever decided to spell it out as J-O, I suspect it was somebody in the Russian manufacturer's factory who decided to distribute that word, that watch under that brand, and spelled it out that way as J-O. I don't know why they did that, but in my view it was certainly a mistake, and it created a massive confusion in the minds of English-speaking collectors, watch lovers, and watch enthusiasts. It could have been spelled much better. In fact, this sound yo, which you can see in Russian characters, even if it doesn't have these dots above it, in this particular word it's still pronounced POLET. And on some of your watches you will notice that those dots do not exist there. Nevertheless, it would be still pronounced, in this word it would be pronounced as POLET. Now, how in my view it could have been spelled out, there is similar sounds in the English language that have this kind of sound in them, like yo-yo, right? That children's toy that spins on a piece of elastic, and this is how it's spelled, Y-O, not J-O. In other words, word would be your or yours. Again, yo is spelled with Y-O. Another one would be coyote, right, or coyote. Again, you can see Y-O there. Wyoming is maybe is not the most appropriate word in this case, but we also see YO in this case. So if those people in Russian manufacturer who decided to spell this word this way would have spelled it this way as YO, and it would say полет spelled out this way on the dial of the watch, that would have created considerably less confusion in my view. What do you think? Do you think it makes sense what I'm saying here? And if you do, please leave me your comments in the comment section below, and even your opinion about the whole session. Was that a good idea? Have you learned something new? And to give you a little bit of a bonus, I'll tell you what this word полет means in Russian. It actually means a flight, but not each and every instance of the use of this word. A flight in the sense of flight as an act of flying, like a flight to the moon. That would be полет. Flight of stairs would not contain a word полет in it. You know what I mean? And flight attendant would not contain a word полет in it. Flight to the moon, flight of an airplane, flight of a bird, flight as an act of flying would have a word полет in Russian translation. That's what I wanted to teach you today. Again, if you liked what you heard, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, and even share this information with somebody in a Facebook community or Facebook group, that there is a guy with the Russian as his native language is teaching how to pronounce the word полет in the right way. I also wanted to share with you a few ideas that I have in mind for future sessions like this. For example, some of you have in your collections this word, this watch, and again I heard people attempting to pronounce that in a very weird way, and I don't blame you. Those are very complicated Russian words and many people have no idea how to pronounce them. I will teach you how to do that in one of the future watch and learn sessions. Another idea that I had in mind, for example, looking at any of our watches, we see it says there, for example, 17 joules, 21 joules, 24 joules, and on Russian watches you can see similar numbers there, but the word ко мне that follows after that does not actually mean joules. What does it mean? I will teach you that as well. I will explain it to you as well. Do you think it would be worthwhile doing, and you will learn something new here? If you do, please leave your comments in the comment section below. If you have any other ideas or requests, what you wanted me to explain to you, how it is pronounced or written in Russian, and what that means, again, please do leave me a comment and I'll be happy to accommodate it. Until next time, please do be kind to each other. Thanks. Bye.